Let's jump straight into the action like always. At the beginning, I wanted to ask you the most popular question that people were asking in the comments when I made a video about the Stadia situation, and you like, how is it possible that you played 6,000 hours in Red Dead Online? Like, what you've been doing there?
Yeah, with a game like Red Dead Online, I would be surprised too that I managed to get that many hours, but for the most part, it wasn't like the content obviously that got us to keep playing. It was mainly just because of the people that I was playing with. It was the communities that I've played with, the people that I've met on there, and just the social aspect of Red Dead Online as a whole that really kept us going. But there were a lot of fun parts too, like the PvP was really fun.
Even on
The community
Stadia,
events.
sorry to interrupt you
Yeah,
here, but even on Stadia, PvP was a part of a process, right?
yeah, yeah.
Because,
You would fight with
people think
briefers.
that no one plays on Stadia, so it's hard to meet another person there, but
It's very easier to meet, if anything, because it's so much smaller. So you meet the same people and you kind of see them all the time. But yeah, you run into the same people, you PvP with the same people, if anything.
So
Yeah,
you said that it was not because of the content. Like, what's your
absolutely.
raw, estimation? Like, how many hours of content Red Dead Online has? So let's say you
Not that
want to
many.
check all the content in Red Dead Online, and all activities, roles, stuff like that, but not repeating yourself. Let's say level up all the roles. Let's count it content, trials, missions, stuff like that. What do you think? How many
I
hours?
I don't know how many hours that would take. Maybe 200 to 300, maybe.
But
I know that
it's a
like
lot actually.
yeah. I think like after you reach a certain level, maybe like level 100, above level 100, so long as you have like all the roles leveled up and everything, that you've pretty much explored everything you needed to in the game and played almost every part of it. So, yeah, there isn't too much content. If anything, there wasn't too much content ever since I started playing, because I started playing when Stadia released back in like 2019 or so, and all we got was, I guess, the biggest updates ever since we started playing was what, Blood Money and Naturalist. It wasn't the content that kept us going, because we were pretty much doing the same thing anytime, and it was just Naturalist that like they really released that was so huge. But other than that, again, it was just the friends and the PvP and the social aspect of it.
Maybe it's a Rockstar's plan actually. It just failed because for many reasons. But maybe their plan was always to have the main part of Red Dead Online as a social interactions, not really content itself.
Yeah, I can. At the same time, though, I think they should make it easier to even socialize with things,
Yeah.
because right now, like the matchmaking process for almost everything, especially like what with Call to Arms, they still don't have like matchmaking for
But
that,
it's
right?
not
So
existing. They don't
yeah,
even have a matchmaking. It's like
yeah,
it's a fail. You see, they
yeah,
could use the same system that they use for, let's say, PvP showdowns. It's not perfect. You have to wait, but at least you find some people. Last, I would say, 20 times I played Call to Arms, including Halloween Call to Arms, which is a new content, so people
mm,
probably should try. Including times when there were extra payouts and good payouts. I was solo on Xbox, so
yeah.
like this matchmaking system is not working. So yeah, I agree with you that if they wanted to push social interactions, they should have done better job
Yeah,
there.
things like chat in game, like everything, all of that could have done been done like been done much better and everything. Right now, chatting, and if they wanted to, let's say like even lobby chatting, or like they could integrate something like that where you could message people in your lobby, with whatever you would like to message, instead of having to rely on like the console's chat system or private message system or whatever system you're playing on.
But actually, why do you think there is no text chat? Because I saw this comment a lot, like people are curious why they haven't copy pasted it from GTA Online. In GTA
Yeah.
Online, there is only a reasonable explanation I saw that it's, not to break an immersion. you're like a cowboy on a Wild West. So
On
there is.
PC there is, right? Though, like, is there chat on PC, just
I
not on the consoles?
I think no. I might be
No.
wrong because I was not playing on a PC for years now, and I
Okay.
might have forgot. But I'm
I
pretty sure that there is no text chat on a
I think
PC.
they do, but it's flooded with like spam, like like get gold, like the people who are saying like get gold bars, go to this website kind of thing, and they just flood
Oh,
that
I
chat. Yeah,
don't
I think
remember this actually. I
yeah.
thought that.
Last time I played on it, yeah, there was on PC, but on any other platform, including Stadia, which is very close to the PC port, right? Stadia doesn't have that either. So not on console and not on Stadia. None of them had any kind of text chat.
Yeah, it's a weird decision, another weird decision. But still, talking about the hours of content, it's technically, yeah, it's like, I think that easily 200 hours of content. But the problem
Yeah.
is a lot of this content is not something that anyone was ever asking for. Like, like a lot of content is not attracting players, let's say. So if
Yeah.
what my point is, if they had 200 hours of a content like heists, robberies,
Oh,
and
that would be so good.
it would be like
That would be so much
the
fun.
best game. It's still, in my opinion, one of the best games
Yeah.
ever, but it would be much
I
much better.
I played GTA Online, and the heists and everything have so much depth to it. Like it's really good. I wish that they could implement something like that, but for Red Dead. Um,
Why not just copy paste it? It's a
yeah, I
question
don't know.
I was talking with on a podcast a lot. With people from community, and no one has an answer, like any reasonable
I
answer. Why
don't understand.
Cayo Perico was not copy pasted into Red Dead Online? Call it, I don't know, Guarma robbery,
Yeah,
and boom, everything is ready.
yeah. No, I don't like with that's something that I was hoping Blood Money update would
Yeah.
be. Like I remember when we were all waiting for the Blood Money update, they made it seem like it would be the GTA Online
They
heist
called it
because they
high stakes robberies incoming. I
yeah.
remember it in a newswire. High stakes
Yeah.
robberies. It's a
And
quote.
they said that there was like
Yeah.
multiple ways that you could
Yeah,
approach
multiple
it and
ways.
everything. Yeah, so there
Oh.
like it was exactly like it was sounding
Yeah.
exactly like GTA Online heist, but that's not what we got. It was basically just stranger missions all over again.
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, they literally, and I saw a lot of comments again. People were saying like, "Oh, it was your problem that you had expectations like that
Oh
it
yeah.
will be a robberies." But they literally said high stakes robberies, multiple ways to approach. I mean, what could it be? No one expected Stranger
What
Missions
stranger missions
2.0.
glorifies
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
improved Stranger Missions.
Yeah.
Yeah, better, but it's not a heist actually.
Yeah, no,
It's not even
it barely
close.
was. It was and the rewards for it is
Oh yeah.
horrible. Like I could see myself, grinding that out, and just like I grinded heists in GTA Online, but the rewards was just awful. It was basically mission, like a story mission, stranger mission, where the payouts were just not even worth even trying to go for. Not
Yes.
even worth going for the Capitale or whatever.
There is a unique hat though. If you complete each
Oh
opportunity,
yeah, I
you
did.
can, and you're not receiving it for free. You still have to go and buy it for like
Oh,
$300 or
oh
so
yeah.
from Madame Nazar. So it's a really
You
weird.
have to unlock it and then buy it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but again, I have no idea why they decided not simply to copy paste something that was working in GTA Online in this part of and make Red Dead Online better. But
Yeah.
well,
One of the biggest mysteries of Rockstar for sure. I honestly don't understand either.
yeah, my only explanation is that I seen at least is that they are waiting for something, but now after Rockstar kind of abandoned Red Dead Online since last December and admitted this publicly, I don't know. I don't personally have any hope that they are waiting for some moment in the future. What about
Yeah.
you? What do you think? Is it
Like,
possible? Like, yeah, I don't know, next gen console version release and then
uh,
add all this stuff, robberies, heists.
oh, I don't know what Rockstar's plan is, but I really do hope that there is some sort of next gen thing. I mean, like I'm obviously a huge fan of Red Dead Online, and I'd like to see it grow to the potential that everyone sees. Like there's a lot of potential for the game. So a next gen upgrade, because right now I only just heard that the PS5 version is still using PS4.
Yeah.
And so updating everything to catch up with the next gen consoles, as well as putting more updates. I hope that they do it. I kind of doubt they will, depending on how it goes, to be honest. Like right now it seems like all of their resources and everything has been shifted over to just the development of GTA 6. So I don't think I don't know. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed, but I don't know. I don't have too much hope for it.
Some people still have hope that, because they said only that in 2022 there will be no major updates. They said nothing about 2023, but to me it's obvious. If there is no big updates in 2022, why would there be something significant? Yeah, makes no sense.
They're good. The work isn't gonna stop when GTA 6 releases.
Exactly.
They're still gonna have to, update that game and fix that game up, and take care of their GTA Online side of things too. So I don't know. I not too much hope, at least.
Not simply update GTA 6, but according to this article from Bloomberg that Jason Schreier was making. According to this information, GTA 6 will be released in a state in which it will have only part of the content. So it's a plan to add it in the future. So even he's speaking about territory. There was a plan to have multiple cities, but they decided to add one city right now and add additional territories in the future. So if they have such plans,
DLCs?
Maybe in DLC, never was specified in which form. So I think it will be part of online updates again. All this content, not as a part of, but who knows? Maybe traditional DLCs. But in any way, it's not like they will, as you just said, it's not like they will release GTA 6 and boom, they have all these resources to use
that
on
they can
Red
shift
Dead
back
Online.
on Red Dead,
shift back. No, they will still need these resources to keep GTA 6 going, getting bigger and bigger and stuff. So unfortunately here I don't have any hope. And so this about shifting from Stadia, in a few words, the whole situation was that you played on Stadia just like many people. Stadia is shutting down pretty soon, I believe, right?
Yep, January. What is it, 18, I think? Yeah.
So 2 months and a little bit more. And anyway, so all the progress will be gone. So I'm just reminding viewers of the whole situation. So Rockstar was not saying anything about character transfer. Then you reached them publicly and via support. And anyway, it's just a small story. We were recording this podcast with you a few weeks ago, right? And we were talking about how Rockstar is not responding. And later that day they responded. That's why I haven't released a podcast. But anyway, so when they responded, there was a weird requirement. Tell us about this.
Yeah. So pretty much everything was normal, and we all jumped for joy as soon as we got I got the message that they were able to transfer all of our progress. So but the only progress that they would transfer would be gold, cash, rank, just the really important stuff. Clothing items are not included in that, unfortunately.
Roll tokens, don't forget about.
Roll tokens,
Not capitale, though. You know what's funny? You should contact them and ask, where is my capitale? I was grinding.
I kind of want to be honest. Yeah. But it came at a very one huge exception, that you had to have played Red Dead Online in the past within the 30 days prior to the Stadia announcement shutdown. That was the biggest thing for all of us, because not everyone had not everyone had played it within that time frame. That was when my school was starting. That was when a lot of people had left Red Dead to go play other games because content hasn't been released. People are on vacation, things like that. So people, a lot of them, including very close friends of mine that I was grinding a lot of Red Dead with, they are going to lose all of their progress because Rockstar is going to refuse their transfer, unfortunately, to another platform. So things, a lot of them, like most of them, actually above level 300. And one thing that I tweeted about, one was above rank 600, and losing pretty much $1 million. So all of these people who are grinding Red Dead and wasn't able to play in the month of September are going to lose their progress for that, and that's the most unfortunate thing. And I've reached out to Rockstar. We're trying to make this a big issue so that Rockstar would get awareness for it. But yeah, unfortunately, nothing's come to fruition for it. They like, at least when I reached out to them, they transferred my progress, but when other people have tried to transfer their progress, they got a response, and it's being shared to me all over the place about it. Let me just see here. I'll pull up one. They said, hey, thank you for getting back. We are able to see that both your Stadia and Xbox accounts are linked to your social club. However, we truly apologize as we will not be able to transfer your Red Dead Online progress from your Stadia account since you had not played in the 30 days prior to the Stadia announcement on September 29, 2022. Hence, we are unable to copy your Stadia Red Dead Online progress to another platform. We appreciate your understanding in this regard.
So, from how I understand, they're basically limiting amount of people who can transfer the progress from Stadia to other platforms to, I don't know, 10% of the population Stadia, maybe even smaller, because, there was nothing in September, nothing this year. A lot of people who played Red Dead Online, and they just stopped playing, basically. So why do you think they're doing this? Why such weird requirement?
I think it is to try and limit the amount of people to request it, because they didn't put it. The announcement came out, and I was the one to kind of bring it publicly because it was all being done over Twitter DMs, and they didn't put it on the newswire. They didn't put it on.
Yeah, by the way, yes.
There was no major announcement for it, and that is so that they can limit the amount of tickets that they're gonna get requesting this. So they want it so that only like the people in my community, and if they hear about it from us, just kind of spread that way, so they can kind of save face PR wise. But also at the same time limit the amount of people that are going to request this, because I don't think they want to put too many resources into transferring people's accounts. Which I mean, I don't think that there's going to be, even if they drop the eligibility for the 30-day rule, there's not going to be too many people that request it, because there isn't that many people on Stadia that are still interested in even transferring their progress. But the most important people, the most important people who would like to get their progress transferred, people with over $400,000 or $1 million in cash, or above rank 400 or so, like those are the ones that definitely want to save their progress, because they've worked so hard on all of that.
What Rockstar is doing here is not even a character transfer. It's basically they're just giving you same amount of money, experience, gold, and role tokens. Let's not forget about role tokens and role experience as well, right? So basically 5 numbers. They only have to copy paste 5 numbers from one platform to another. That's it. And still they are limiting amount of people who can use this option.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough,
weirdly enough, it's like it is, because I was playing a female character on Stadia, and then now I've transferred all my progress to a male character on Xbox. So it is just transferring certain kinds of progress, not all of it either. I realized that I need to level up my ability cards again.
And stats like health bar, stamina bar probably also have to,
all of those. So I have to level all of those up again, and it's gonna be a pain. I might reach out to them.
So really, it's only five parameters they are transferring. So weird.
It is weird, and it's actually what we're discovering now is that they're transferring more than I think anyone's expected, to be honest, because I have $2 million. I don't know if I've earned that much now. So now I have $2 million on Xbox, but again I have to rebuy everything.
Oh, so
Um,
they had transferred all the money that you earned, not all the money
exactly,
that you had. And same with
exactly,
gold bars, right? So,
exactly. I had like maybe 1.3k gold bars on Stadia. I now have 2,500
oh
on
yeah,
Xbox.
yeah.
Yeah. But
It
some
makes
people,
sense.
yeah, some people are I think they're getting more than what they even earned. Like I know somebody got transferred 8,000 gold bars for some reason. I think they played less than I did. I don't know. Like I think this is what I'm hearing. It's just they're when they're transferring all of this stuff, all of the parameters and everything is getting really weird. And so a lot of people are ending up with maybe a lot more than they expected, but it could just be like, total amount earned. And maybe if they bought gold bars in the past, like that might have something to do with it too. Like, I'm not too sure. And I thought that they were also transferring because I transferred from a rank 734 character on Stadia to and then I only ranked up 7 ranks on Xbox. So ideally if everything goes well, then they would just transfer the XP and I would just be like rank, I don't know, 700 something, 742. I'm ranked 777 now, I think, or 775. So it's more than I expected. They kind of gave me more ranks than I expected. I don't know why they did that, but I don't know.
Tell me about community on Stadia, because again, for most viewers, Stadia is like 5 people playing, you and 4 others, and that's it, and no one else.
Yeah.
Uh, but
On Stadia, it's a very small community. Like it was hard to matchmake with people, and it wasn't as populated as other ones. And honestly, PvP on showdowns was almost close to impossible because no one else was queuing in for to matchmake for showdowns. So if anything, there was only like one showdown going on at any given time, mainly because no one could ever get in, and it was just yeah. So like if you queued in with your friends at the same time, you would get into the same lobby for sure because there wasn't that many people. But the it was I guess it came at a good, like there's pros and cons to that, to having such a small community. Cons, I already mentioned the matchmaking. The pros, it's easy to tell and make friends with a very small community. It's like you see the same people all the time. You see the same people making deliveries all the time. You see the same posses and everything, and it's easy to interact with them. So all of that has been like it's been a really good community. I would say much less toxic than a community like PS5 or anything. And I think that all of that also has to do with the fact that most of the demographic on Stadia is they're like they tend to, they're like older, and they're mainly like they have families and everything. Especially the Stadia community in general is much older, much older than like
why?
I think
Why?
other platforms. It's the convenience. I think like this is the at least data that we've gathered on like Twitter and everything, and just general polls overall. It's the convenience, is that most of the gamers that are playing on Stadia have maybe were playing games way back then, and then only just recently got back into it because of Stadia, because they don't have to pay for like an $800
Mm.
console to access Red Dead Online or anything like that. So I think that's why the like in the Stadia community, it is generally an older demographic. It's become like almost a meme in the community that like it's just all the Stadia members are just they're mainly dads who go on there.
You said you moved to Xbox. It's like whole community moved to Xbox. Do you have this data, or it's only you and your friends?
Uh from what I know, it's not just well, for the most part it is me and my friends. Mainly I think it was because it was the most accessible thing at the time. I mean, an Xbox Series S is probably
Yeah,
is probably one of the cheapest consoles that you can get, on
and
the market that can play.
easy to buy also,
Easy,
because I
yeah,
don't
easy to
know.
buy. But
Where I live, it's impossible to buy
mhm,
PlayStation like at all. 5, obviously, you can buy 4, but 5 is
yeah.
just not existing.
From
So
what I've seen on Red Dead, like at least most people have transferred to Xbox. Mainly like a lot of my friends and stuff. But if they have a PS5, then they would transfer there. But also just the rest of the Stadia community, not just like Red Dead and overall, they have opted to go for an Xbox. I think most of the community is kind of like headed towards there instead of like a PS5 where you'd have to spend 800 or whatever on a console.
Pretty expensive one. And
Yeah.
how was your experience on Xbox and Red Dead Online particularly so far comparing to Stadia experience? Like what are the differences? Or it's the
I
same?
haven't
Like,
played. I actually asked my friends about this because they've been playing on Xbox a bit longer than I'm able to. Again, because like I'm usually pretty busy these days. But they said that the one of the biggest differences is that we're definitely not able to see and tell who in the lobby will attack our delivery. It's because usually on Stadia we're able to check the lobby and say, okay, this person,
yeah.
we've been attacked by them before, where we need to like be on our guard, or we need to switch lobbies, we need to do something in order to avoid that. But on Xbox, you get attacked and you don't know who it is, and you look at the lobby, you don't know who they are, and they're all high level, but you still don't know who they are, and it's pretty surprising. Just it's a different change of pace, I guess. And I guess one of the biggest things as well is matchmaking too. We're able to actually matchmake, and I was able to get story missions done because of matchmaking.
Have you already faced a bug fix with stable since you started to play on Xbox?
Oh my god!
I think you should.
It was the first thing that I ran into. It was like I was like, okay, I was waiting there, and then I went to go grab I was like, okay, I guess it's loading a little bit. I went to go grab a coffee or a snack or something, and I came back and it was still stuck. So
you wait a second. You haven't had this issue on Stadia?
No, we actually I wasn't able to test it, but I asked my friends about it, and they said that it existed on Stadia
Even
too.
on Stadia it existed. So it's actually interesting because Stadia is like the closest to dedicated servers that Red Dead Online has. I thought that this issue is because of how peer-to-peer works, just like some other issues. But no, apparently it's everywhere.
It's a game-breaking bug that I think, my friends mentioned that it was a Stadia issue. As well.
It was. It's in the game for quite some time now, few months, and they are not fixing it. So that's what I mean by proper support. That Red Dead Online. I just imagine it's a game-breaking bug that will distract a lot of beginners from the game immediately. I mean, imagine it's one of the first things that beginners would love to do in Red Dead Online: go and buy a better horse or saddle or something. Boom. You're stuck, and it's
actually required. Like one of the missions literally makes you go into the stable and get instead of like the when you first start, you have to go claim coupons or whatever and go into the stable to actually do it. And sometimes it gets stuck there.
Yeah, it's if you skip tutorial. If you skip tutorial.
Yeah, exactly.
Because in tutorial you go, but it's not broken because you do it in basically a private lobby. Because tutorial.
But you still have to get like a horse brush and everything. I think.
So, but still, it's not fixed. Naturalist role was broken since the same time.
What was broken about it?
About naturalist role, daily challenges when you need to take sample are not counting, and field guide also. And you know what they did? They added bonuses and discounts for naturalist role this month, as probably as a joke. I don't know. Maybe they not aware at all what's happening, but it's an interesting decision. So this what I mean by proper support. And yes, when online game is not having it, in my opinion, it's rather dead. But some people just disagree with me, and some people are saying, oh, you know what, I logged in today and I saw a full lobby, so this game is not dead. Well, obviously there will be full lobbies. It's how this works, and lobbies are pretty small, by the way. 25 people. But bigger lobbies have you mentioned? Because you were telling me that on Stadia it was still only 15 people maximum per lobby.
I honestly think that it's more of a population issue now at this point. I think literally ever since the Stadia announcement, no one has been playing. Like I think if I log on right now, I think if I log on right now, I will see maybe 7 or 8 people in the lobby, and I think that is literally everyone on Stadia.
7
I think that
people, really?
I'm dead serious. I don't think I can. I've tried switching lobbies. I think it's literally just 8 or 7 people like playing on Stadia. I think they have increased lobby sizes, but I don't think that
Oh,
many people are playing anymore. Ever since the Stadia announcement, it's crazy. Actually, it was really crazy to see.
it's like a private session basically. You
Yeah,
have like for you
yeah.
and friends, and that's it.
Because all
Yeah.
my friends they're not playing on there anymore. They're all playing on Xbox now, and they're all or wherever they're
That's
playing. So
actually a good example. People don't want to play in a game when they know that it has no future. Basically, what they did
yes,
for Stadia, they said, "Okay, you have no future. It will be shut down in 2 months now." So, boom, everyone is gone except people who don't know about this news.
yeah, exactly.
And
Or people like I know some people are still logging in to just kind of like get the most out of it and play while they still can if they don't plan on transferring there or they're ineligible and they just want to keep playing on their character. I think that's another reason why. But other than that, yeah, I literally think there's only like 7 people online right now. Uh, I logged in not to literally today, and there was not many people at all. So it's dead over there, I think, for sure.
yeah, so but the whole situation with Red Dead Online is a little bit similar because now
Yeah,
people know that there will be no future or development probably.
exactly.
So it for many people for many players it was like a final point when they decided to abandon Red Dead Online like forever.
Hmm.
From what I see from my comments, I see a lot of these comments like when Rockstar officially told us, well, yeah, for me it was like no more time
Yeah,
spent in Red Dead Online, and
yeah,
that's actually sad because Red Dead Online is such a unique game experience. No one tried to create anything similar. Actually, it has no competitors. That's a question about Xbox that like from technical point of view. Just compare. You said that on Stadia it was solid 4K 60 FPS, right?
no,
Oh, full
1080p
1080p
60.
was 60 FPS. Anyway, on Xbox
And
it's 30 FPS. Have you mentioned the difference already, or you like?
I won't shut up about the difference. I hate playing on 30
Oh, so
FPS.
you did, okay.
Yeah, I
Because
hate
people
playing on
don't
30.
believe me. People don't believe me when I say that, oh, after playing on a PC, I switched to Xbox Series X at some point when I bought it. And I was like, oh, really? What is this? What's wrong with this? And people are like, oh, what is the big difference? Like 30 FPS, 30 FPS, 60 FPS. It's not a first-person shooter, right? But no, difference is insane. It's just, at least for first few hours, you literally feel not comfortable.
Yeah, it honestly feels like there's more input delay sometimes, like because even coming from a cloud gaming like Stadia, the 60 FPS helped with the input delay, but whenever you lower it down to 30, the input delay gets like you feel it a bit more. I think
Oh.
the response time is very noticeable, but that's something that I won't shut up about because I hate that I have now either go to PC or and choose to play at like 60 FPS with all the hackers and modders and everything, or I go to Xbox where they're it's a little bit better on the hackers and modders and stuff, but it's at 30 FPS, and I unfortunately had to go with the 30 FPS option for that one. But yeah, on Stadia it's 1080p 60 FPS or like an upscaled 4K. Like I say upscaled because I think it's like max like 1440p upscaled to 4K, but 30 FPS.
What, in your opinion, it's last questions that I usually ask in my guests on a podcast. Like, what, in your opinion, is a thin piece of content that can save Red Dead Online? If you have to choose, but only one, and there are 3 options: robberies and heists, obviously, properties, and some map expansion like Mexico. 3 options, but you have to choose only one because you have limited resources and stuff.
Yeah, I think my answer to that like 1000% would be heist.
Heists.
Yeah, like it worked for I think if it worked for GTA Online, and that's kind of what made it like very popular and it blew up that way. Like why not do the same thing for another game that you already have? So a heist as in depth as it is in GTA Online, multiple approaches, a good reward system and everything, and obviously co-op. Like that's something that I think would help really boost Red Dead Online.
No, almost no one chooses map expansion, for example, Mexico, because yeah, it would be cool to have it, but for like few hours, and then you will face the same problems, like what to do there, what to
Yeah,
spend money on there. Like, yeah, it's cool.
yeah.
Um,
Heist and properties, yeah, like that's something you need to be able to do something with them, like with properties and like a map expansion. So if they're gonna add properties, then you need to be able to do something with it, such as heist or additional missions, or somewhere to store your horses, or like everything that they're doing for GTA Online. Like if you buy a property, then you can have more stable stalls, for example, to get to store your horses and have more horses that way. But they would need to actually do all of that first.
Yeah, they can add a lot of different features to this, like even
Mm.
simple features, like you said, additional horse slots for horse. I don't know, second character slot. Why it's not in the game, I have no idea. Like,
There's second character slots in GTA Online, right?
yes,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
and it's
I
not
don't
in
know
Red
why.
Dead Online.
I
So
wish. Yeah, I wish I was able to create just a separate character
on
on the
Xbox,
same
it's
account.
easy. You just create a secondary account
Hmm.
and start. But on other platforms, on the PC, you have to buy the copy again. Maybe it's one of the reasons actually why
Yeah.
they
On
decided to do it. But
on on Stadia, I had to buy, and we didn't
additional
have
copy.
standalone.
Oh, so you bought full price Red Dead Redemption 2? Oh, so
To make
you
separate
see you
accounts.
see why they don't have a second character slot for this reason only, easy money. So you
Yeah.
bought, I bought like, but at least I bought with a discount Red Dead Online, but still $5 is $5
Yeah.
for them.
I think I
Not
bought maybe
bad.
3 copies of it
Oh,
in total. Just like, yeah, well, it's so easy on Stadia because you don't need like a separate box or anything like that.
mm,
So if anything, I could have like one account on my main screen, and then on a separate account, if I have another copy of the game, I could have it on my phone and just play it off my phone that way.
yeah.
Yeah. So it was a lot easier that way, but you did have to buy the game at full price.
Let's hope that Rockstar will, maybe, who knows, maybe it will be like this, like a previous time after we will record this podcast, they will contact you and tell you, oh, you know what, we are transferring progress for everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
will
that
have
would be
to
great.
not upload this podcast again.
Fingers crossed. I hope so, but yeah, like I
Don't
guess
think,
I hope I
it
hope you're
can,
able to
lightning
actually.
can strike twice in the same place. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a good talk. Thanks for joining. And yeah,
Yeah, no worries.
see ya. See ya.
Thank you so much. Bye.
See ya.